Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Good Shepherd Housing's annual gala and celebration of 48 years of continuous service in the community. It's wonderful to see all of you here tonight celebrating with us and supporting Good Shepherd Housing. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Erica McCants, and I'm on the Board of Directors of Good Shepherd Housing and Family Services. Before we begin, I'd like to take a moment of silence in honor of the friends and family that we have lost in the past year. As your MC for the night here in the ballroom, I'd like to thank all of you for helping provide local families with the tools and resources needed for stable housing and a successful home. With your help, our award-winning affordable housing program has reduced homelessness and enabled self-sufficiency among working families in Fairfax County. Now I'd like to welcome to the stage David Levine, the Executive Director of Good Shepherd Housing and Family Services. I'm like, come on, David, come on down.
Okay, well, thanks, Erica. And welcome to our 2022 annual gala. And I'm Dave Levine, the Executive Director of Good Shepherd Housing. And I'm pretty sure that I won't be the last person saying this tonight, but we're thrilled to have everyone here and certainly thrilled that we're here in person. So that's really great. And tonight's gala, I can say, is completely virtual free. None of this is happening in the ether. It's all happening in this room and in person. So give yourselves a round of applause for making this a reality. And on behalf of our board and our wonderful gala committee, I want to thank you for coming out and supporting us tonight. Your support will sustain and advance our affordable housing mission and services along Richmond Highway. And as I did at last year's gala, I want to acknowledge the two co-chairs of our gala committee and two of our board members, LaShonda Ford and Kelly Atkinson, for their hard work dedication, and many uplifting thoughts of support for tonight's event. Also, I do want to give a special thanks to our own Deputy Executive Director, Candace Bennett, our Development Director, Shannon Stockton, and our Development Team member, Brian Kelleher, for all their leadership, effort, and commitment to making our gala a success tonight. I'd also like to acknowledge a couple of our elected officials in the room tonight. Our 44th District Delegate, Paul Krizik. I think Paul is still here. He's over there. Oh, there you are. Okay. Earlier, we had 43rd District Delegate Mark Sickles. I don't know if Mark is still here. He had to cut out early. But let's give him a round of applause. And I also would like to acknowledge our former Mount Vernon Supervisor, Jerry Highland. So along with Marion Bear, Jerry is one of our volunteers extraordinaire of the day. So Jerry and I were the ones who assembled that telescope out there that you're all bidding on this afternoon. And I got to tell you, it wasn't going well until Candace told us to read the instructions. So then we finally got it together, right, Jerry? Yeah, most of the day it took. So thank you all. And I'd like to now just acknowledge and thank our sponsors. So please hold your applause until the end. So I'd like to acknowledge Gagan Mechanical and the Gagan family, Oarsman Automotive of Virginia, and Mike and Nikki Bennett, Amazon Housing Equity Fund, Good Shepherd Catholic Church, Virginia Housing, Washington Gas, Wegmans, Rick Etzen, Peter and Janet Gartland, Paula Lettuce, National Capital Bank, the Geiger family, Sarah Mariska and Rajiv DeCruz, the Mitchell family, the Tallman family, Odin Feldman Pittleman PC, I think that's a law firm, Quantum Real Estate Management, Supervisor Jerry Hyland, the Kelleher family, Tiffany Moore, Tracy Pyle, Mark Sickles, Walsh Colucci, the Zoldak family, and Dan Lagana and Holly Prosalis. So let's give them all a round of applause. So, you know, in 2022, Good Shepherd Housing recorded a number of milestones. It was a year unlike no other for us. In March, we purchased 8 condominium units to be used for affordable rental housing. At no other time in our history have we purchased so much housing at one time. That is, until this month, when we plan to purchase another 10 units, and that's going to happen. So, in all the purchases and the ones planned for this month, we're in the Colchester Town community, a 200-unit multifamily residential community located behind the Costco on Richmond Highway. Recognizing that we could create a better dynamic from our housing investments, Good Shepherd Housing has targeted all of its housing purchases for the last several years in Colchester. Good Shepherd Housing now owns 50 units in Colchester, soon to be 60, making us the largest single owner in the community. And here's another milestone for this year. In July, we publicly announced that Good Shepherd Housing had received a $2 million gift from Amazon. The gift will support us in acquiring 18 units of affordable housing in Colchester. And with these additional units, Good Shepherd Housing will continue to house struggling working families. For many of them, it will be the first time that they will have a home of their own. And with our services and support, we will work with them and help them to progress to greater self-sufficiency and financial independence. And here's what made the Amazon gift so special. Colchester Town is 11 miles from Amazon's HQ2 headquarters in Crystal City. The Colchester community cannot even be seen from Richmond Highway. Try as you might, you cannot see it from the highway. But in spite of Colchester's location, Amazon decided to support our vision for the community. Amazon recognized that the Colchester Town community, and many others like it in Northern Virginia, are the keys to more livable and prosperous communities for everyone. They understood our vision for Colchester, our track record there, and understood the potential for that community. So our year of milestones could not have happened without each and every one of you, our many supporters, friends, and partners. It was your steadfast support over many years that made this incredible year a reality. And tonight, you'll see what your support has meant for our residents, our neighborhoods, and our community. I hope you enjoy tonight, and even more, come to understand that it's because of you that we have made a difference along Richmond Highway. So thank you again for joining us tonight. And so now I would like to welcome to the stage the chair of the board of directors of Good Shepherd Housing, Willie Tate, who has a few words he would like to share.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. How is everybody? I can tell you, you are looking good. There's no doubt about it. I appreciate, number one, everyone being here, and really appreciate all that you're doing for Good Shepherd Housing. Am I not seeing mine? I don't see mine. Where am I?
He had his own.
Oh, yeah, he had. Oh, see, there you go. See, there you didn't help me out here. All right. But yes, truly, what an amazing night. And thank you again for coming out to the race for Colchester. The planning committee, You ladies outdid yourselves once again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's give them another round of applause. To our sponsors, again, your generosity will be sure to make this one for the history books, as David has already alluded to. The support of our organization over the last 48 years is tremendous. We, the board, and could I have all the board members stand up? We got several board members in the room. I can tell you, we have a lot of fun. So just know that our meetings are definitely adventurous, full of good that's going on for Good Shepherd. So we appreciate you all imparting in us the ability to help David and team lead this organization. To be back in person sharing in these activities and festivities is probably the best part of this evening. So I won't keep you any longer. Enjoy tonight.
Sorry, I'm obviously very short compared to everybody else up here. So thank you again for being here to celebrate our annual gala, and we're so honored to have our tremendous supporters of Good Shepherd Housing. I'm Kelly Atkinson, and next to me is LaShonda Ford, and we are both members of the Board of Directors of Good Shepherd Housing and this year's co-chairs of the annual gala. And at this time, we would like to present this year's awards. So each year, Good Shepherd Housing looks to honor an individual who has made an outstanding contribution to improving the lives of low-income families and individuals through work with Good Shepherd Housing and Family Services. Tonight, we are pleased to honor Dick Alderson with the Joseph T. Adenaro Humanitarian Award. From 2010 to 2019, Dick Alderson served as a member of the Board of Directors of Good Shepherd Housing. For 2 of his years on the board, Dick led the board as its chair. In this role, Dick embraced and championed a number of improvements in the board, agency, and among the staff that advances our affordable housing mission in the community. Among his many achievements as board chair, Dick led the board in adopting a new 5-year strategic plan, directly participated in our initiatives to develop multifamily housing on the Richmond Highway corridor, and recruited talented community members to serve on the board. Recognizing the value of residents' voices within Good Shepherd Housing, Dick made sure that one of our board seats was held by a resident. Prior to Good Shepherd Housing, Dick served as president of the New Hope Housing Board of Directors, which is a partner homeless services provider based on the Richmond Highway corridor. For his community service and steadfast commitment to the disadvantaged, Dick was awarded the 2018 Fairfax County Volunteer Service Award for Lifetime Achievement. Without question, his commitment to struggling and at-risk households living along Richmond Highway has been exemplary. Good Shepherd Housing and its residents have benefited from his strategic mindedness, his leadership, and his dedication to the community served by our housing and services. On behalf of Good Shepherd Housing and families we serve, thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to meet that guy. I'm not sure who they were describing here. Thank you for this. It's a wonderful recognition, and I'm just glad to have had the opportunity to be associated with both organizations, Good Shepherd and New Hope Housing, and to, through them, be able to help others. Thank you.
All All right. So in 2015, the Good Shepherd Housing Board of Directors established the Good Shepherd Housing Philanthropy Award as a way to honor corporations, organizations, foundations, or individuals that have made a significant and consistent financial contribution to our mission and our cause to reduce homelessness. The Good Shepherd Housing Board of Directors this year has selected Amazon as our 2022 recipient of the Good Shepherd Housing Philanthropy Award. As David mentioned a few moments ago, the $2 million gift is absolutely monumental. This gift will close out the Good Shepherd Housing Capital Campaign, the Campaign for Colchester. It launched in, yes, let's clap for that. It launched in 2018 with the goal of acquiring 30 additional units in Colchester Town's condominium, the multifamily community in Alexandria. That goal aimed to add 30 existing units to the housing nonprofit that is already owned by Colchester Towns. Prior to Amazon's gift, the campaign had raised enough to fund the additional 12 units. The 18 units to be purchased with Amazon's $2 million award will meet that capital campaign's goal. Awarding the Philanthropy Award to Amazon recognizes the incredible commitment that Amazon has made not just to Good Shepherd Housing, but to affordable housing development across the entire DC region. So at this time, we would like to honor Amazon. We are proud of the impact that our housing model has made on our community and are grateful and thankful to our supporters that make this possible. Each year, Good Shepherd provides stable housing and other services to more than 1,000 families. Of these, 83% of these are with children. So our mission is really to impact the entire family. So none of this could be done without you. So I want to thank each of you for being here, for all of your support this evening. You have truly made a difference in the people that our programs impact in our community. We would like to take a moment to share a brief video with you, just so you can see the impact and the support that you all have made this past year.
Good Shepherd Housing really focuses on supporting families within our communities, not only looking at providing housing stability, but also thinking what are their goals. When families don't have stable housing and they're spending each day trying to figure out where is it that we're going to sleep tonight, how is it that I'm going to be able to get to work and get my family to school and all of these different pieces, it doesn't really allow them the opportunity to be able to focus on other areas that might be able to help them achieve self-sufficiency. Good Shepherd Housing made a strategic decision a number of years ago to be able to purchase aggressively housing units themselves. And by owning those housing units, they're able to control the rent associated with them and have been able to keep those rents down and affordable to families despite the increase in overall housing rates that we've seen over the last few years. The services can really be a lifeline to a family. A lot of the families that come into our housing are coming from a variety of difficult situations. So in addition to be able to providing the stability of housing, the ability to have somebody to go to be able to ask for help who's there focused on you can really make all the difference for some of the families that we've worked with.
I'm originally from PG County, Maryland, born and raised. Currently, I work at Virginia Hospital Center in the admitting department. I have a set of twins, they're 15, and they have a younger sister, she's 13. As of about maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I separated from my husband due to just a really abusive relationship. So I left everything, car, house, clothing, belongings behind just to try to provide a better environment for my children. My children stayed with their grandparents for some time while I got myself mentally and emotionally together. My separation from my children was, I would say, maybe around a year and a half. I felt like I had failed as a parent. It did hurt quite a bit to miss certain things that were going on in their everyday life. It kind of made me feel like I was a missing piece, and they were a missing piece for me. One day I stumbled across Good Shepherd Housing. This happened to be one of the really down days for me, so I think it was really God sent for me to find Good Shepherd. I sent over my application. I got a call within 72 hours, and maybe about 30 days after that, I was actually able to move into my own apartment where I could just provide and have a home for me and my 3 children. The first time I came into my home, and I literally sat in the middle of this floor and I cried. I was so grateful. And it took me a couple of days to kind of realize this is yours. I had never been on my own before. I've never had my own household, to run my own household and have my own space and just be the queen of my own domain. And it felt really good to walk in and see a space that I could call my own for me and my children. Because I control the temperature, I control my own environment now. I can decorate how I want to decorate. I can cook how I want to cook. Me and the kids can watch TV, we can watch movies. So this has definitely been a safe haven. What hasn't Good Shepherd House done for me? I have benefited from backpack drives, back to school drives, Christmas, food banks as well. They assist with schooling. They gave me financial improvement classes, and I keep in contact with a case manager every month. We go over a plan for me to just kind of see where I am. And she helps me reach out for those resources, and I'm so happy to have her and Good Shepherd on my team, because whenever I need something, they are always there for me. And I feel so supported in a way that has just added to my success, and it keeps me motivated, most definitely. I feel so grateful to be a part of the Good Shepherd program.
Before I welcome our auctioneer to the stage, I just want to acknowledge and thank all of you for everything you have done to support our mission to date. We wouldn't be here without you. I also want to acknowledge the wonderful staff at the Westin, who year after year provide us with a wonderful space to host this event. We thank you for your continued support and partnership. So let's all give each other a round of applause for doing what neighbors do best, supporting one another.
The rapid spread of the novel coronavirus led to one of the largest global economic shockwaves that we have felt in our lifetimes. For too many businesses and the individuals they employ, the impact was immediate and far more prolonged than anyone could have imagined. For households with savings, the impact could be absorbed for a while. For others, there was no safety net until our community came together, and with the support of the federal, state, local government, and community partners, we responded.
For one family who lost their housing because they just didn't know that these resources existed, it could be many, many years before they're able to get back on their feet. And so if we could help them for a couple months pay their rent as opposed to having them potentially be homeless for years, that's a good, wise investment. And so our goal with all of our federal dollars was to get them out the door as quickly as we could. And, you know, frankly, because the county has built a level of trust with the community and has so many community-based partnerships in the faith communities and the nonprofit communities, I mean, we literally had an arsenal of help to get that money out the door.
While the magnitude of this pandemic has been global, it's the individual families and their stories that matter most. Allie and her 2 adult daughters were stably employed by a local hotel in March 2020, but by April, all 3 had been laid off. With the eviction moratorium in place, the family was safe from eviction for the time being, but they were quickly stacking up big bills and rent debt while they looked for work. Unemployment insurance payments ended when the 2 adult daughters found part-time jobs, but Allie continued to struggle as a shoulder injury was keeping her from returning to regular work. Critical financial assistance from the county and our community has helped pay off the rental debt they had incurred so that they are not facing eviction today.
All people who contribute to our economy are important. And it doesn't matter what job you have or what your income is at the time of a pandemic, no matter how many resources you have, you still needed these folks on the front line. You needed a grocery store clerk to check groceries out for your family. You needed delivery truck drivers to get products to your home. And so I hope as a result of this, in terms of affordable housing, you know, this changes the thought process a little bit, that these are real people. Not just numbers of units, not just amounts of money, but real people who work hard every day in our county and our community that are essential to our economy, that from time to time need supports, need affordable housing supports, need mental health supports, need other type of social supports that so many nonprofits in our community can provide.
Business closures have not been the sole impact to working in the pandemic. The impact on schools was severe. Maria is a single mom of 2 elementary school-aged boys. When the pandemic hit, she lost her job in retail. The elementary school closed and turned to virtual education. Maria had no support system to watch the boys during the day. She filed for unemployment, but the system was so overwhelmed it took over a year for payments to come through. Unable to work because she had no child care, Maria accrued significant debt. She has now been able to find work, and thanks to community support, contributions were made to bring down some of her debt.
You know, there are so many strong, long partnerships we've had with community nonprofits throughout the county, like Good Shepherd Housing. And so we knew at the beginning that we were going to need their help, and that those partnerships were built during good times, and during challenging times is really when those are tested. And we were tested, our community-based nonprofits were tested, and they delivered for our community.
With the support of our community in Fairfax County, Good Shepherd Housing has distributed over $2.8 million in financial assistance, helping hundreds of families like Allie's and Maria's. Together, with your continued support, we are able to help families who may be struggling keep a place they call home.